Hey friends, I'm back. I'm sorry I've been missing. I had surgery last week. Thank God everything went well, but I have a message for you all today. And I'm excited for today's message because it's exciting. Where everything I'm hearing right now that God has put you in position or he's putting you in the right position. And by position, I mean that he's setting the stage for you so that everything around you and all the conditions that are happening around you, it's putting you in the right place, the right time, so that you and your dreams can unfold. The things that you've been working so hard for, you no longer have to work so hard at them because God has been putting in the work for you. He's been rearranging things, He's been removing certain things so that you are in the perfect position at the right time for your greatest good and your like his plan. Instead of your plan, you're now in alignment with his plan, and you're this is going to happen in a way where you probably didn't expect it. Like, you didn't expect certain people to no longer be in your life, or you didn't expect that this relationship wasn't going to work out, or that a medical, like for example for me, my foot was gonna break and I was going to have to take a step back from work. All these things happening at the same time. It's like God puts you exactly where you need to be at the right time so that you can get to the end goal. You can get to his desired outcome. And the only reason you're getting there is because you're stepping aside. You're He's forcing you to step outside and actually let him do the work. And what you've been working so hard in the past, but it still hasn't worked out in your favor. And it's because you were working on the things you thought were the right way or what you needed for yourself. But you don't know everything. And God is like, hey, you're not in charge here. You have to take a back seat and allow me to remove all those things you were working so hard for, because now I have to undo those things and create some space for what it is that I do want for you. And you also have to allow yourself to be put in that back seat and see it for what it is, where if you know that these things are revealed to you, because this is going to be revealed to you if it's not already, the things that aren't meant to be there. When you start to notice it, you can't ignore it, you can't dismiss it, you can't try to pretend that you didn't see what you just saw. So right now it's so critical that you make these decisions that you might not want to make, where you might not you you have to get away from those things that have kept you in that comfort state, but deep down you know that it's kind of triggering a different part of you. It's kind of reminding you of who you used to be, and you're no longer that person. So that's why it needs to be removed so that who you truly are can come to the surface. And that's what you're being put in the position to do. You're being put in the position to show up authentically as yourself and to have the freedom to just be, the freedom to just show up authentically, freely, and consider yourself, and finally start pouring back into yourself, instead of you feeling like you have to be responsible and hold all these things that you've been working towards together. Instead of carrying that burden and that weight, you're letting it go so you can feel the freedom of you just being yourself and only being responsible for yourself. And That's what God wants for you. He wants your focus to be on you again. He wants you to take care of yourself. And that's why certain doors are being closed so that your focus can remain on your relationship with Him and yourself, your relationship with yourself. That's another thing. God is also wanting you to work on your relationship with yourself and how you treat yourself. Maybe in the past, a different version of yourself was like, okay, um, I don't, I needed this other person to make me feel whole. But now you're learning, hey, you don't need that other person. Learn to be in relationship with yourself. Learn to be present with yourself. Like, okay, what do I like to do? What are the things that bring me joy? What are the things that light me up? What am I feeling today? How, everything you want from another person, whether it's a friend, whether it's a partner, whether it's a parent, all of these things that you're looking for outside of yourself, God is like, hey, I want you to start giving those things to yourself. I want you to start checking in with yourself. I want you to start taking yourself out. I want you to start buying yourself flowers. I want you to get yourself a treat. I want you to surprise yourself with something, a new gift. Like, He wants you to start loving yourself in the ways that you were hoping other people would. Or He wants you to show up and be there for yourself when you're feeling down or when you're feeling lonely. And that is a challenge that you're going through right now, but God is giving you, He's putting you in that position where you're actually able to take the challenge and you're actually able to just sit with yourself. Like, that's the start. That's the starting point to it. Like, just sit with yourself and allow yourself to hear yourself. That's what God wants for you right now. Just to be able to how are we feeling today? Let's talk. Let's talk about it. And He wants you to like start unpacking or start exploring what it is that you feel, what it is that you want, what it is that your interests are. And don't think too far ahead. Like, what do I want? Like, what treat do you want? What do you want to eat for breakfast? What do you want to do today? What are some things that would make you feel good? And you asking yourself this and exploring will put you back in the position of power, where because you've been so other focused, you haven't had a chance to slow down and really ask yourself, who am I? What do I like? What do I want to do? What am I even? Like, that's so funny, but like, seriously, now it's time to really start like getting to know yourself, and knowing that that's a beautiful journey, because now no one can tell you who you are because you've sat with yourself. No one can tell you like, oh, being around you is so annoying, because now you spending time with yourself and getting to know yourself, you'll be like, am I annoying, or is this person just not meant to be in my life? So you just start adding two and two together. Once you do have that time to get to know yourself and know what it's like to spend time around you. And don't be afraid to spend time with yourself. It doesn't have to be a scary experience. It can be something light. And you can ask yourself, well, what can set the stage for me to get to know myself, and do something that you enjoy to do. If you like to do art and you want to sit with yourself and you're like, okay, I'm just gonna sit with myself and paint this painting and make like whatever it is you want to color, you want to do a like handheld art, whatever it is. I'm like clay, let's see, journaling, whatever tools you use to kind of explore and channel what your inner thoughts or inner feelings are. let that flow through you, because right now God wants you to be open to hearing what he has to say. Because for so long you're so focused, you were so focused on what other people had to say, what would make other people happy, what are other people's issues that they have to sort through, and you want to support them and all these things. And it's just like, no, all that stuff is being removed, because right now you have to focus on you, and that is important right now more than anything. Like, you getting to know yourself and putting your focus and priority on yourself and loving yourself, and you being able to know what does that feel like, instead of being focused on what you don't have and what you're losing, realizing what you do have. If you were to put your focus back on yourself, if you were to show up for yourself, you can start filling up that cup back up. And it's no longer having to come outside of you, because that's what has made you feel so lost and like disconnected and lonely and all these feelings, is when you put your focus instead of on what you don't have, and you start to realize like, hey, I can start doing these things for myself. It doesn't have to come outside of me. But yeah, that was a really deep message, but take what resonates, leave what doesn't, because I'm saying a lot of things. And yeah, but I hope this was beneficial to you and your journey. And just please like and subscribe, send it over to someone. If one of your friends was just chatting it up with you and you're like, girl, I think she needs this message, or he needs this message, they need this message, all right, send it over to them, because I'm just trying to pass on the message. And yeah, but thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. All right, bye.